Reserve time.
Alright everyone, welcome to another night of SCS. I of course am your host Niz, and you're watching NizCast. Well, we're gonna get to see two pretty good teams to start off the night. We're in the quarterfinals, so we're starting one round later than we normally do. I'm sorry about that. Running a little behind schedule tonight. Had to wait a little bit for this game, but we're in here and we got two pretty damn good teams. You got no Broodmama, or Broodmama if you're looking at the brackets, and they're going to be going up against OverAchievers, which we've seen plenty of recently. And it looks like, for once, OverAchievers actually have their full roster.
5 seconds.
Not that the stand-ins they were using, Frugas and the other guys they were using, weren't up to snuff, as they definitely were, but no, it's nice to see OverAchievers actually with their full 5. So we can expect to see some pretty good things from them. And of course on Broodmama, I just kind of know most of those guys in passing, except for 11, of course. We played on a team together way back. Was it 3 seasons ago in Sivo? We played in Sivo, Maine, on a team called Epic Bulls. But enough about that. Let's get into the draft. Broodmama banning out Vengeful Spirit and Axe. OverAchievers banning out the Lion and the Juggernaut. Broodmama electing to pick up the Earthshaker first pick overall. It's something we haven't seen too much in SCS. I did.
5 seconds.
Can't remember which game I was watching the other night. It was a pro game, but they did pick up Earthshaker first. So maybe that's something that we're going to see a little bit more frequently. We'll have to wait and see. But either way, Broodmama electing to go for it this game. And OverAchievers fire back with a Bat Rider. Now, obviously, Broodmama already banned out the Vengeful Spirit, one of the strongest Bat Rider counters. But OverAchievers is taking their time here to really decide who they're going to go with second. And I was just getting there. They picked too damn early. I was going to say Troll Warlord, still in the draft. And, well, I guess they were just deciding whether or not they wanted to pick up the Troll as well. I don't think that hero is just ridiculous. It's just too strong. It needs to be changed. Ice Frog, please help us. But either way, OverAchievers is going to pick that up, so they're going to have Bat and Troll, two incredibly strong heroes. And Broodmama fires back with the Sniper. Well, Troll Warlord, I mean, later on in the game, typically you see a Troll Warlord picking up a Blink Dagger, but he's got to get his core, and then actually after his core, maybe an item or two before he's typically going to pick up a Blink Dagger. We may see, them picking it up a little bit earlier, but what that means is he's going to have difficulty getting to the Sniper and getting on the Sniper. What that means for the Sniper is the Sniper's going to be able to stand back, rain bullets on everyone on OverAchievers, and hopefully stay protected. With that being said, though, Bat Rider, what is he good at doing? He's good at jumping on people, grabbing people, pulling them out of position, and that's exactly what Sniper does not want. So it's all going to be, it's going to be a battle between the Bat Rider and the Sniper, and trying to maintain the proper position. I say that it's a battle between Bat and Sniper, but it's really not a battle between Bat and Sniper. It's a battle between Bat and the rest of Sniper's team, because their job is going to be to protect Sniper from that Bat Rider. Obviously, Sniper, he's got an important role in that, and his positioning has to be sound. If he gets a little bit out of position, Bat's going to be able to amplify that.
Reserve time.
So his positioning has to be sound. But assuming that is, his team is then going to be there to make sure that Bat Rider can't get in, grab him, and pull him out of position. If he does manage to get in and grab him, he's not going to be able to pull him out of position because his teammates are going to be there. Well, that's at least how it works on paper. We're going to have to see how the execution goes.
10 seconds remaining.
But we've got a few more bans here. Broodmama banning out the Storm Spirit, another hero, likes to jump on Sniper. So that's getting removed, and then another pretty strong mid hero that we're seeing played a lot recently, or actually it's been getting played a lot, but at the same time it's also been getting banned around this time as well, and that's the Shadow Fiend. Really, really strong hero. Now that people have been picking up the Yules, Shadow Fiend doesn't seem like this super squishy hero that just falls over all the time. But we're not going to see it this game. It's getting banned out. And OverAchievers elect to ban out the Dusa and the Tidehunter. Tidehunter, of course, one of those offlaners that would be able to create some space for Sniper, create some counter engage. So if Batrider were to jump in, grab Sniper, pull him back, if a Tidehunter blinks in as well, throws out the Ravage, no one's going to be able to deal damage to Sniper, and that's going to allow the rest of the team to help Sniper get back into his position after just being pulled out of it by the Batrider. But we're not going to see that, as it's been banned. What we are going to see is an Ancient Apparition, as that's been picked up by OverAchievers. And Ancient Apparition, with his third skill, Chilling Touch, combined with Troll Warlord's ult. Battle Trance? Yeah, I got it right. Battle Trance means for a lot of damage. Think of Chilling Touch. If that's maxed out, that's 80 magic damage per attack for 6 attacks. When you have ridiculous attack speed from Battle Trance for everyone on your team, and of course Chilling Touch is a gigantic AoE, it's going to affect at least 2, probably 3, maybe even more, maybe 4 heroes.
Radiant team
and of course, it's whoever's in that circle plus AA. AA doesn't have to be in that circle. So if you have 3, 4, even 5 heroes affected by Chilling Touch with that max attack speed from Battle Trance, that's 80 damage per swing for 6 swings. 6 times 8, 480 damage. I mean, obviously magic resist comes in, but that's a lot of extra damage coming out just combining those 2 heroes and those 2 abilities. Broodmama picking up a Disruptor. Another hero that's pretty good at maintaining control of an area. A really strong zone controlling hero. Of course, Kinetic Field, Static Storm, all those things are really good. And at the same time, you're not going to be able to disengage from this team. You've got Sniper who's going to be assassinating you in the back of the head. You've got Disruptor who's going to be glimpsing your back.
Radiant team ban.
And like, if you're looking to jump in, like, say, for example, Batrider likes to jump in, grab the Sniper, try to bring him back. Well, Disruptor can be there to lay down the Kinetic Field, lay down the Static Storm. Not necessarily on the Batrider, but on the area where Batrider's trying to get back to his team. And it's going to work to basically control that zone and zone everyone off from getting to where the Batrider's going to be and for the Batrider to get back. Obviously, once BKBs come on the field, that changes a little bit, but still, that's the idea behind it. The downside to Disruptor is he's a pretty damn weak laner. So they're going to have to hope that they're going to be able to manage those lanes all right. Earthshaker's probably one of the strongest counter aggressive tri-lane heroes, so they don't really have to worry about it too much. But who knows? OA could pull something out of the hat. They pick up Rubik, so they've got their second support. Ancient Apparition and now Rubik. And they've got 2 cores. The Batrider most likely in the off lane. Troll Warlord. Sometimes we see a mid, but most likely in that safe lane role. So it looks like they've already got their tri-lane squared away. As for Broodmama, we see them pick up a Phantom Lancer. And I feel like no one actually knows how strong this hero is. We've seen him get picked up here or there in competitive, but not really too many people were touching him. I want to say the consensus, but it's not really consensus because everyone's kind of all over the place. But people either seem to think that he's really, really strong or he's garbage.
5 seconds remaining.
And that's a really, really weird place for a hero to be in right now. Well, 11 obviously thinks that Phantom Lancer has a place, and he picks it up for his squad tonight. We had our last 2 bans. Phantom Assassin getting banned out by Broodmama. And OA electing to get rid of the Broodmama. So no Broodmother. OA finish out their roster with Spectre. So it isn't going to be a Troll Warlord in the safe lane. It is going to be a Troll Warlord in the mid. Spectre is going to be in the safe lane, farming up with that tri-lane, the Ancient Apparition and the Rubik.
10 seconds remaining.
So we've got quite a bit of global presence coming out from OA. And Broodmama finish up their roster with a Bristleback. So that's the offlaner that they were looking to pick up. So it is going to be a Sniper in the mid lane, Earthshaker, Disruptor, Phantom Lancer in the safe lane, and then a Bristleback in the off lane. Or at least, that's how I predict it. We'll have to wait and see how they actually choose to lane it. But I believe that those are the lanes that we're going to get. So just waiting on one of the last players to to choose their heroes, and we'll be ready to go. Just making sure I'm going to have all my settings proper here while I've got the extra few seconds. I always do it before the cast, but you know I'm paranoid.
10 seconds
Who are
remaining.
we waiting on here?
5 seconds remaining.
Salfu, I think. What are you doing, man? Alright, we're into the game. Let's introduce the teams and the players. On the Radiant side, we're going to have OverAchievers, but we're also going to have a pause. Whatever, we'll still continue to... Oh, sorry, G, we're okay. So on the Radiant side, like I said, we're going to have OverAchievers, and I'll try to get these guys centered here without the game is paused in the way. Playing their Spectre is going to be Sadness. Playing the Bat Rider is going to be Pick in a Bag. Playing the Troll Warlord is going to be Fear the Reaper. Playing the Ancient Apparition is going to be Selfu. And playing the Rubik is going to be Ryan Noob. As for the Dire side, we've got Team Broodmama. As I jump right past 11 there. But 11, their captain is going to be playing the Bristleback. Playing the Sniper is going to be Brink. Playing the Phantom Lancer, which, like I said, we don't get to see very often. But that's going to be Rewrite. Playing the Earthshaker is going to be... And I've always struggled to say this name. Like it's Eraj. I think it's just Era. And the J is kind of silent. But I'm probably just going to call him Era. But if I am saying that wrong and someone actually knows, let me know.
30 seconds to
Because
battle.
I hate actually saying names improperly. And to round out the roster, we're going to have Kengan on the Disruptor. No boots first for anyone on Node Broodmother. But we do have Sentries and a Smoke up on that Earthshaker. As for the Radiant side, we do have 2 sets of boots first, and that's going to be on the offlane Bat Rider as well as the Rubik. We also have a Smoke
battle
getting picked up
begins.
by the Ancient Apparition.
This will come
Well,
in handy.
the starting runes go pretty much as you would normally expect. But we've already got a Smoke getting used by OverAchievers. Both the supports have smoked up. They are going to stand behind Fear the Reaper here. And, well, actually, no, they're not going to do that. They're going to try to get a wrap around here onto Brink. As look for Ryan Noob being the one to initiate. He is going to initiate with the telekinesis, pulling Brink back, throwing him back to the low ground. And now Fear the Reaper is in pursuit. And, well, Brink really didn't have a chance of getting the hell out of there. That's going to be our first blood. And on top of that, it goes to the Troll Warlord. So that's just going to make this a more difficult lane for the Sniper. But let's take a look at what our lanes actually are. We're going to have the Bat Rider going up against a Disruptor, Phantom Lancer, and eventually Earthshaker. He's been kind of rotating around dealing with that, well, the roaming from the Radiant supports. But I imagine he's going to be between top and mid. Speaking of the mid lane, we got Fear the Reaper on the Troll Warlord. He's going to be going up against the Sniper. And in the bottom lane, we got the Bristleback going up against the Spectre, the AA, and the Rubik, who's doing some pulling right now as 11 takes quite a bit of damage. Let's take a look over here at what Ryan Noob's up to. But yeah, he's just doing a little pulling action there. As for, we're going to have Smoke of that Earthshaker roaming around. Well, he's going to get caught in a telekinesis by Ryan Noob as his rotation found himself right in the vision of the Rubik. As for our starting observer wards, we've got 11 placing one in the pull-through camp here, and I'll get back to that in just a second of how they're looking to deal with that. As it looks like
That should help.
it's going to be the Radiant side that's going to manage to secure both runes. And Ryan Noob almost, he was pinging out that he was going to be able to get in behind the Bristleback, but he was getting closed in on by the Earthshaker, so he didn't want to find himself in no man's land. He'll be able to rejoin with his team in just a second. So going back to this Observer Ward and it blocking the pull-through, what you can actually do to counter this is, you saw the tree that Ryan Noob destroyed right here, And what you can actually do is you can pull this camp. And you can pull through. Just like you'd pull through up to this camp, you can pull through to the side camp. It's a lot more difficult, but you can do it. So you can get around the fact that this camp is warded up. Besides that, Radiant have a ward across the river. And then both teams electing to have an observer ward up here in the top lane. Right, I'm just doing a little bit of stacking. We're going to see Pig in the Bag get fissured off here. And he's already used Firefly. Now he's going to be in some trouble. Kangen will use the Glimpse to bring him back. And Rewrite's going to come up with one swing, take that last hit, getting the kill. So it's now 1-1. As no Broodmama. Get on the scoreboard there. And if we take a look at how the lanes have been going thus far, we've got our top farmer is going to be Rewrite on that Phantom Lancer at 20 and 10 CS. He's off to a terrific start. In the mid lane, despite getting first blooded, Brink at 20 and 4 going up against a 12 and 1 Fear the Reaper. And I didn't mention Sadness's CS in comparison to Phantom Lancers, but he's already 10 CS behind. He's just at 12 and 1 right now. Sulfu taking a lot of damage. Looks like he may take a fall here as 11 gets that final cool spray off. But now 11 maybe he's gone too far. Sadness right clicking him down. He already has 5 quill spray stacks, so he's actually going to be the one who's going to have to retreat.
A gift from the Tempest of
As 11 starting to bully in this offlane, playing the Bristleback. As for mid, Fear the Reapers on the aggressive. He got Fissure blocked off, and he had no chance but to just basically run at them. In the bottom, I just missed as I jumped away. Sadness getting a kill onto 11, so maybe 11 playing a little bit too aggressive. Supports are starting to be really aggressive now, as we've seen no Broodmother supports have smoked up. They're going to look to go after this Troll Warlord who just TP'd in, and he could have got glimpsed right back to Fountain. But they weren't. I don't think they knew that he had just TP'd in at that moment. Some pings coming out onto the Troll Warlord. I'm actually not sure who those were. I think it was the Earthshaker. Or sorry, not the Disruptor. We actually have Rhino farming here in the bottom lane. As Sadness has made his way back to the Fountain. He lost a lot of HP in acquiring that kill onto 11 in the off lane. We have Pig in a Bag, who's a Ben in the top lane, and he's got a couple stacks here, which he's going to farm up right now, just getting a couple tar stacks up on them, and going to Firefly them down. And once again, another smoke coming out, as it's going to be Ryan Noob and Sulfu that have smoked up, and they're drawn on the map that they're going to be going for the mid lane. They want the sniper, and they're going to look for an opening on here. Shrapnel getting used on to Fear the Reaper. We're going to have the ultimate coming out from Sadness, and then they're going to jump right onto Brink, and yeah, Brink's going to go down here. And Fear the Reaper getting that kill as well, so he's 2 and 1 so far. We've got supports and offlaner rotating for no Broodmama, trying to come in behind to get a kill, and they're going to do just that. They don't give a damn about this tower. They're going to come in quickly, just do a quick little drive-by, pick off both supports for Overachievers, and then just walk away, basically not losing any HP. The only one losing HP was 11, and he's lost less than 100. Well, just over 100, actually. So good rotation from them to come in and clean up those kills. They're recognizing the fact that those supports had both gotten quite low and getting that kill on Sniper. Of course, when you're making a rotation through the tower here, you are going to get hit quite a bit. Well, Fear the Reaper is going to get glimpsed back, and he's going to be on the run, but Pig in a Bag is going to come in with the Firefly, trying to punish them for getting a kill onto the Troll Warlord there. 11 will get lifted up and tossed back, and that's going to be a dead Bristleback. As for Pig in a Bag, looks like he's going to be fine as he's just kind of flying up over some trees there as we see 11 going down. But right before that started, we had Sadness farming up in the bottom lane. Brink came down when he respawned and got that kill onto Sadness. So they may have just gotten a pick off in the mid lane against the Bristleback, but wow, that was just starting. They lost their Spectre in the bottom lane.
Shrapnel!
And now Sadness getting pressured again as Brink is throwing down the Shrapnel. Now the Glimpse comes out, Kinetic Field, and Brink will get
Dire's
another kill
middle
onto
tower
Sadness.
is under
Sadness
attack. Radiant's
really
bottom
struggling
tower
here as his
is under
supports
attack.
have rotated away. They need to do something to help him out. As Disruptor not really considered that early
Dire's middle
of a
tower
support,
is under
but getting
attack.
some work done here thus far. He's
This
already
will
been a
come in
part of
handy.
4 of Broodmama's 8 kills. That's only
Radiant's bottom
50%,
tower is under
but I feel
attack.
like he's kind of been all over the place thus far. And now we're going to see Ryan Noob get hit with the
Radiant's
Shrapnel.
bottom
He will
tower
steal
is
it
under attack.
and throw it right back, but with a fissure, he's going to go down to Brink. Brink off to a terrific start as well. 4-2-2. Yeah, he's taking those 2 deaths, but he's really starting to take control of this game. Sulfu will look to do something here to 11, or maybe not, just placing an Observer Ward and backing away. Sadness has returned to this lane once again, trying to get his farm on. But if we take a look at the last hits in the top left, we see a pretty big difference between Rewrite, who's basically been left alone. We haven't even really seen him too much on the camera tonight, but he's just been farming away. 68 and 18 CS, way ahead of anyone else. Closest to him is Brink at 57 and 10. And then we have to go all the way down to 34 and 4 for the
Radiant's
Troll
top tower
Warlord,
is under
and then
attack.
Sadness at 32 and 4, who once again is getting more pressure applied to him. I mean, when you look at the amount of farm on this Spectre, I mean, he's been getting pressured so hard. He's down to 32 and 4 CS. But you compare that to the offlaner, the
Radiant's
Bristleback
top
at
tower is under
31
attack.
and 1. He only has 1 more
Radiant
CS than the offlaner.
structures
That's
are
how much
fortified.
pressure has been getting applied to Sadness.
Radiant's middle
So
tower
OverAchievers
is
going to
under
have to
attack.
look to do something here to try and secure him a little bit more farm, try to get him that little bit extra space that Spectre needs early on in the game. The downside to Spectre, of course he's a beast late game, but the downside to him is actually how weak he is in the early laning phase and just finding a way to get him that farm. And OverAchievers maybe struggling with that a little bit right now, but you have to give credit to Broodmama as they're the ones who are applying that pressure, as we see Ryan Noob getting picked off here. It's amazing how he's doing a little bit of counter warding there. He did get the Observer Ward, but just doing a little bit of counter warding in this area, and all of a sudden you see a Disruptor come, and you're like, oh, okay, it's a Disruptor. Well, I'll just kind of back away. But all of a sudden, Glimpse comes out, and then it's not just a Disruptor, it's 4 heroes. Everyone on Broodmama just kind of converging on that spot to get kills. And
Radiant's
that may
bottom
not
tower
seem like
is under
much,
attack.
but how this game has been going, it almost seems like Broodmama, their heroes are everywhere. They've been
Radiant's middle
all over the
tower
map.
is
They've
under
been
attack.
everywhere. They've been having an influence pretty much everywhere. I'm going to bring up the kills, deaths, and assists here for a second. And you can just see the participation. We have
Radiant's bottom
Sniper,
tower
part of
is
7 of
under
10
attack.
kills. You know, Bristleback, the offlane, you typically don't see the offlaner involved in too many kills early on, but 3 kills for him is actually quite significant 11 minutes into the game. You've got your Earthshaker, been a part of 7 kills.
Radiant's
PL, of
bottom
course, he's farming in
tower
the
has
safe
fallen.
lane. He's not really going to get much either. But then you've got the Disruptor, part of 5 kills. These guys have been a part of a lot of kills in just 11 minutes into this game. And we already see 2 towers going down for Broodmama. They managed to secure this top tower, which was quite a while ago, but also now this bottom tower as well. And I imagine they're going to look to go for the tier 1 in the mid lane. And now Ryan Noob, Sulfu, and Picking a Bag smoked up, and they're going to find Era. They're going to use the lasso to bring him back. That's the first blink lasso coming out from Picking a Bag, but he's going to get punished with an assassinate, sniping him out of the air on that Bat Rider. Sulfu's going to go down as well. Brink getting the double there. Ryan Noob fortunate enough to be able to TP away. Now Sadness, unfortunately, gets glimpsed right back into them. He'll get caught in a kinetic field, and he's going to go down. Now Fear the
Radiant's
Reaper
middle tower
will
is under
be
attack.
snotted up and hit with a couple quill sprays, and he'll have to back away. He will
Radiant's
be keeping in
structures
mind
are
the glimpse
fortified.
cooldown here.
Radiant's middle
It
tower
is sometimes a
under
little bit
attack.
difficult to really keep keep your head wrapped around the cooldown on Glimpse because it is changing at every level. But Fear the Reaper, ooh, good job to dodge the kinetic field there, but he will still get sniped by Brink. Once again, another kill to that sniper. It looks like he's going to try to get one more as he's going to chase down Ryan, and there he goes. He's already on a monster kill as he's 9, 2, and 3, just 13 minutes into this game. And Broodmama definitely taking control of this game going thus far. Well, I said that they needed to try and find some space for Sadness, get him back in the game on this Spectre. And it just hasn't happened. I mean, he was in the bottom lane farming up, and then Broodmama put some pressure on the tier 1 tower. They took out the tier 1 tower, then they pushed up the bottom lane to almost here. They had 2 heroes basically in the lane. Well, one was in the lane and one was kind of showing, but not really showing up here. They knew that that hero was there. And that forced Sadness out of that lane. He made a rotation to the mid lane, where that fight went down, and of course those 2 heroes that were bottom showing up at that fight. And then Sadness, because he was at that fight, trying to help out, trying to get something positive going for his team. They're down 5 to 16 in kills. And then in the end, he gets picked off. You'd like to see that Spectre down in that bottom lane farming when those 2 heroes rotate away, trying to get himself back in the game. But it's just good manipulation of the map coming up from Broodmama, catching out that Spectre. And just forcing him to move all around the map. We see, you know, he's kind of confined to farming right now in the mid lane. And there's not much space in the mid lane to farm. You pretty much farm the mid lane, and sometimes you feel okay to go over to the jungle. As Pick and a Bag blink forward, use the lasso there. Or at least use the lasso, and I think he actually blinked away. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but Brink getting another kill. Picking off the supports now as Ryan Noob's going to go down one more time. And this is something really to worry about. When a sniper gets going like this, and he starts snowballing out of control, your supports are going to feel so helpless. I mean, this is another hero that kind of needs something done to him because he's a little bit too strong. Having 3 charges of shrapnel is just absolutely insane. As we're going to see, Eric coming behind Fear the Reaper. He's actually going to lead with the Echo to get that stun off with Aftershock. And with a little help from Rewrite, they're going to be able to secure a kill there.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, once Brink has gotten this far ahead, it's just a simple shrapnel, few right clicks, and then an assassinate, and he's going to be able to get a kill just as he did there onto Sadness. And when he starts snowballing out of control like that, he hits that level 11, he gets rank 2 on his assassinate, and that means a lot of damage coming out. 505 damage. You look at the HP pool on this Rubik, 682. And it doesn't take much for a shrapnel and a couple auto attacks before he's in assassinate range. And yeah, your supports are really going to struggle with that. And we see OverAchievers calling the GG pretty early on into that game, but when you've got a sniper snowballing out of control, you've had a Phantom Lancer who's been free farming the entire game. I mean, you look at the last hits right here, 125 last hits for the Phantom Lancer. The highest on OverAchievers was 53 on the Spectre. Huge discrepancy. Broodmama actually had all 3 of their cores over 53 CS. You look at the gold per minute, Spectre down at 282 gold per minute, and all the cores on Broodmama basically 400 plus, almost 500 plus. So they were way ahead in this game, and you could expect that to continue as the game went forward. And well, OverAchievers choosing not to waste the time. They're going to call the GG and well, move on to maybe some scrim practice and let Broodmama advance to the next round. That next round will be the semifinals, and we will be casting it, so don't go anywhere. Once again, I'm Niz. Hopefully you're enjoying the cast thus far. Make sure you hit that follow button on twitch.tv/NizCast if you're following in-game. Welcome as well. You can also follow me on Twitter, at NizCast. I tweet about when I'm going live, what games I'm casting, all that kind of stuff. And you can also follow on or subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/NizCast. Where I'll be uploading the VODs from all the games that I cast the night before. So you can expect those to be up by tomorrow morning or sometime a little bit after that. But like I said, we've got another game to cast, so I don't want to miss that lobby. I'm going to toss it to music in the meantime, and hopefully you'll stick with us for those next couple games.